This is a new setup, in which I did not make the time to prepare because we were on 2K.
We're on 2K.
And 2K is important.
It is important.
Welcome to Drix's Podcast. This is another episode coming back at you guys. As we promised, we will be consistent. We're glad to be here, man. We're glad to be here. My family is starting to support the podcast. So that explains the 7 Jews last week. But we didn't upload for almost 2 months. So that's partially my fault.
That's our bad.
It is our bad, but we're going to be back. We love the comments. We appreciate you all. Please like and subscribe as we bring more content to you. But today is Juneteenth. We will be dropping this episode on Wednesday, June 21st, not Juneteenth, which is June 19th. It's a special day for a certain color of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's a special day for my daughter because she was born on June 19th. So every year is a federal holiday now in which I get to celebrate her holiday, which is her birthday. So that's special to me. But other than that, family's been good, man. I had a lot of family come in. I got absolutely maxed this weekend. Taxed, fally-waxed, and most important, relaxed. I had a 3-day weekend, and it meant nothing. It meant absolutely nothing. Busy. So Friday, I knew I was going to work a little over a half day at my job, right? But Thursday morning, was it Thursday? Thursday. No.
Thursday you work from home.
So it was Thursday. Thursday morning, I knew I was going to work all day. I was going to work a half day on Friday, and I was going to get to business. I've told you guys about my business before on the DJ service, and usually on Saturdays we're busy. But I'm almost done, like, getting out of the company, to say the least. And so anyway, I'm training employees. I'm focused on doing that on Saturday. We have to go to Huntsville and Nashville. So it's Huntsville, Alabama. Y'all know Nashville, Tennessee. There's only one Nashville, like, in the U.S. that matters. So I don't think I have to clarify that. But getting to the point, Thursday morning I wake up and I decide to work from home to just focus and get some things done, stay away from the office. At about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I get a call that my grandmother from Camden is in town. Camden, Alabama is about 2 hours away from Birmingham, but my grandmother can't drive that and hasn't been able to drive that for like over a decade. So she's not been to Birmingham in many, many years. And my dad just calls me out of the blue, like, hey, your grandmother's home. I'm working night shift, so you get to play. And I'm like, all right, so I'm not going to fumble that. I've got to do something there. He kind of forced my hand. But he didn't have to. Obviously, it's my grandmother. I hadn't seen in a long, long time.
Sure.
I hadn't seen her since Christmas, but in Birmingham a long, long time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I got to fit that into my day Thursday. Same day, on Thursday, my aunt and her 3 beautiful daughters get here from Ohio. And they're never in Birmingham.
Ever.
They hadn't been in Birmingham since my grandfather's funeral, which was almost 3 years ago. Something like that. Anyway, they're in town from Ohio. My grandmother's in town. And then my father-in-law and his wife were coming the next day. All while we have this 3-day weekend, we're celebrating our daughters as well. Both of their birthdays are in June 10th and Juneteenth, which is June 19th. And we have 2 weddings in which they both started and ended at the same time. But I knew that drive from Nashville was going to be, like, terrible. And so, long story short, man, I'm formulating this weekend. So we spent all of Thursday after work entertaining family, being over my other grandmother's house with my grandmother from Camden and the Ohio people. And then we're also preparing the house and doing projects around here, making sure that the guest room's ready to go. Some things in the yard are good before our father-in-law, my father-in-law, not our father-in-law, comes in town with his wife and spend the night.
Mm-hmm.
I also have an employee who lives in Montgomery who meets me halfway in Clinton because he has a health condition where he can't drive right now, but everything else he's good. Pray for him, but he's solid. And so I had to get him on Friday too, all while preparing for them to come in town and have dinner on Friday night, them being my father-in-law and his wife. So long story short, today is the only day I had somewhat control over my schedule. It has been a long weekend, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
That was a long
That
open.
was a long open. But you had a lot going on. I had the opposite of that. I had nothing going on.
Yeah. I'm trying to get there.
Father's Day was all I had. Like this weekend, it's like, what do you want to do for Father's Day? Don't know. Don't care.
Yeah.
Nothing actually.
You had steak.
Did have steak,
Mm-hmm.
but that's like a tradition for Father's Day.
We learned that because Q went to go get my steak at Longhorns, and there was nothing but dads. Like, there was nowhere to park.
That's why we do that. Like I just go to the store and get a steak.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to deal with traffic and people. Just gotta pick up a steak, Hannah will cook it, and she'll cook it like I like it. Ain't no, it's like not too done, not too raw. She knows what I like, the sides I like.
But I thought you liked it raw.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
I'm listening.
But, yeah, man. Father's Day was. My mom went on vacation, left yesterday, so she wanted to see the baby before she went on vacation for a week. And she
Mhm.
wanted to give me my Father's Day present,
Mm-hmm.
and we went out to eat with her Saturday night, and then yesterday was my day. Now, what do you want to do? Nothing.
Yeah.
I slept till about 9 o'clock, and then around 12 o'clock, I was like, you know what? I'm still tired.
Mm-hmm.
When the baby goes down for a nap, I'm also going to go down for a nap. So I took a nap, and then just to get out of the house and give the baby a change of scenery, we ran to the thrift store just to look around.
That's, yeah. Which thrift store?
There's one in Alabaster, like 10
Oh.
minutes from the house.
I wouldn't know because I don't go there.
Yeah.
Alabaster, Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Bingo.
It's one of those places.
Whatever you're thinking, you got it.
My brothers and sisters. it's not like you can't go there. It's not like Coleman.
No, not at all. No. You can.
You can go there. I need to B-roll this footage, but there's this lady, two ladies actually, that lived in Coleman, and there was this guy who hit 10 houses within like 2 or 3 months, within the same like proximity.
Mm-hmm.
Burglarizing. Oh, that's bad for podcasting. A nice natural yawn. He was burglarizing homes, taking and stealing and thieving.
As one does.
And they caught him, and they showed his picture, and the lady just could not believe it. Like, the other lady couldn't believe it. But then they got to the older lady, and you know how older people have. No filter at all.
Oh.
The world is the way they see it, and no one else's way. And the guy's like, how do you feel about now that you know that the robber's caught and he's in chains or whatever? She's like, I just can't believe it. He's like, what do you mean? She's like, well, he's white. Have you not seen that, bro? Bro, have you not?
That's why she couldn't believe it.
I swear to you, I need to, I in editing, I will try to get this footage because it was live. I saw it on like TV. It wasn't like a Facebook video or anything.
If I saw that live on
Bro,
TV, I'd lose my...
I'm like, I don't even remember where I was, but she said, I can't believe it. He's like, what do you mean? She's like, well, he's white. And they cut the interview off.
They go back to the newsroom. Buddy's on his desk with the papers. What?
And that, my friends, is Coleman, Alabama. Alabaster's not like that. It's more of, I wouldn't say affluent by any means, but it's more of like the middle class, white, you know, some upper, but it's just more middle class white.
Alabaster's like really big. Like people don't know.
You can get both.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than people think it is.
That's what she said. And it's cool back there. I mean, you can go shopping. There's a couple of things you can do. But I wouldn't call it the sunset time, but there's just no reason for me to be there.
There's really not enough to do.
Now, Coleman, I actually would fear for my life in certain parts. Jasper, shout out to you guys. Great neighbors to the great city of Birmingham.
There's parts of Coleman and Jasper I won't go to.
Yeah, well, it's because you love us.
It's true.
So we won't go too far into that. But yeah, man, we are back, man. We are back. I was told that one of our fans' favorite episodes was when we decided to guess who says it in the white community.
Yeah.
So it's not that we're going to cover that again, but what I want you guys to do is start commenting or sending emails, whatever you need to do, to let us know some of the stuff you like so we can come up with different ideas based on that like environment or that vibe or whatever it is. But my friend, you said you had something today.
Did I say that?
You did.
Today?
No, not today. You said it last time.
Yes.
Yes.
So, just as Luke is getting older, he's starting to develop like, food preferences and like getting into like foods like he shouldn't have because like there's just not they're gross. Like,
Yeah.
Like it's not cooked. You shouldn't eat that yet. Like stop. But I got to thinking like some of the foods when I was little that I liked then, but looking back like, bro, I ate that. That's so nasty.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I thought we could kind of get into like some of the foods that we ate as children, looking back, that gross us out now.
And we can get into the opposite. Like the ones as children we didn't want it, and as we got older, it's like, what was our own?
Yeah, that's a good one too. There's a couple foods like that.
There's a couple of those.
But the thing that probably grosses me out the most that I ate as a kid religiously that I can't do now.
Can we go on 3?
Yeah, sure.
1, 2, 3.
Raw
Lunchables.
hot dogs.
Raw? You like?
Bro, raw hot dogs out of the bag. We had them in the crisper drawer. That's where we kept them at. Bro, I'll open that crisper drawer up and I'll get at them.
John, do you know how crazy you sound?
That's disgusting.
Do you know? Yo, you was gobbling glizzies? Yo!
Straight gobbling them bitches, bro. It's so gross to think about now.
John.
I don't eat cooked hot dogs, bro.
You were eating raw dogs.
Raw.
Cold.
Cold. Like, the thought of it now. Yeah, bro. Like, I don't eat cooked hot dogs now, dude. But back when I was little,
John, what were you on?
I was on some demon time, bro. Like, I don't.
So if we're gonna go raw and cold, I did used to eat the slices of cheese, but that wasn't because I liked it. It's because that was all we had.
I mean, I ate that too.
That's all we had sometimes.
I think every child has done that though, like the raw cheese.
But you did it out of curiosity.
Yeah.
I did it out of survival.
I don't know. I can't really give you a reason why I did. I just like I could. I can't reach anything to heat these up.
You were gobbling glizzies.
We used to go fishing and like cut the hot dogs up and put them on the hook.
Mm-hmm. And you'd end up on the hook.
I cut a piece off and put one on the hook, like one for the fish and one for me.
They tossed the line in the water. They look around like, where's John? I don't know, but nothing's biting. Oh, I got a big one, and it's your hand.
They throw the line out. I'm right behind it, just jumping in the water.
Hey, bro, I'm done.
I'm in there squaring up on the fish for it.
That's crazy. So it's kind of in the same family, but people say this in many different ways. Vienna sausages.
Bro.
I used to murder those.
Bro.
With some crackers, some saltine joints. I used to murder those. Those were good when I was a kid.
I realized
I would kill myself now.
They make different flavors of them. Like
now?
Like the hot.
It wasn't when we was growing up.
Back when I was like in like freshman in high school.
Yeah.
We would get them just because they made like my brother really liked them too. My brother probably eats them to this day.
Yeah.
But the buffalo, like they got like hot, spicy.
I saw that.
Sausages.
I still don't want it.
If
that's you, that's you.
The number it probably did on my stomach.
Yeah.
Like there's probably still like.
What is that? Like.
I don't know.
That's the thing. Like you can read the instructions, it may not gross you out, but you know how they say never look at how sausage is made. Like Vienna sausage is probably a step below that.
Bro.
below breakfast sausage.
I don't even want to.
That's what I'm saying. I used to kill those. I said Lunchables. I thought you were going to say that because that's like one of the most common things kids eat. I used to kill them. They're horrible now.
I haven't had them in so long. But which ones did you get?
Like the pizza joint.
They had the one, the pizza joint, but they had like the chocolate and the M&Ms. It was like a dessert pizza. And people would buy that and like pass off, oh, this is a good lunch for you. There's chocolate sauce, like it's pizza.
That was a thing.
Chocolate and M&Ms. Like that's not pizza.
I've never seen that one.
Really?
It was an actual pizza, like the sauce and
there's that one, but
a
the
couple
one
of
I'm talking
pepperoni.
about,
Yeah.
we tricked my mom like, oh yeah, this is pizza, Mom. And my mom didn't really look too hard. She just grabbed it. Me and my brother like, yes.
Dying slowly.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Diabetes.
Hot Pockets. I know I'm going to piss you off right here. So, in the white community, we could do a whole episode on why it is y'all like Hot Pockets so much.
Bro, the hatred I have in my heart for Hot Pockets.
So, you're no longer there?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
They kept me alive.
You used to eat Hot Pockets every day.
Every day. But
and
like, as a snack, they're great. They were.
Still not.
They were great.
Right.
Because, like, a lot of the times, especially as a teenager, you want a snack that's, like, got some protein,
Mm-hmm.
there's a little more filling to it. You know what I mean? Like, a couple chips ain't really going to, like, do anything for you hunger-wise.
Yeah.
But a Hot Pocket would definitely hold you over till dinner time.
It would. Just thinking about it makes me want to throw up, bro. So that's definitely
the ham and cheese Hot Pockets are the worst.
Yeah.
My mom got them and they literally sat in the freezer and like.
You like the pizza ones,
bro.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah, pizza ones went nuts.
Didn't they have like a not a meatball one? What do they have? They had a meatball
They
one,
had a meatball one.
and then there was
Philly cheesesteak one.
That's the one that I actually ended up liking for a while, and then it went away.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely hate those. I hate those. Let me think. I think that's like everything I still eat, man. I still eat like ramen and all that, but ramen is like changed in America. Ramen's like, if you go to YouTube, it's a big thing now.
Oh, there's all kinds of different ways to like church it up and like make it.
Right. It's more of I wouldn't say a gourmet or a luxury meal by any means, but they take it there. Like they give it that type of care.
Yeah.
When it comes to ramen versus when you grew up, you just open the packet, put in the sauce or the season. So
Mm-hmm.
I still do love that. Now, I used to hate Brussels sprouts, asparagus. I used to hate liver. And I didn't like fish that much growing up. Like
Really?
blackened. I love fried fish growing up.
Okay.
We're in the South,
Yeah.
right? So all of those things I absolutely love now. And those all have a really good benefit to like our health. And that's,
Sure.
I'm 30 now. You'll be 30
I will be 30.
in like 3 or 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm. If I make it, it's 3 or 4 weeks I can fuck around and do something crazy.
It's a long drive home.
It is a long drive home.
You can make, no, I'm not going to joke about I'm not going to joke about that. But not just food, just moving as a kid I'm figuring out. Because I've been stretching my back. You don't see that, but I stretch my back like daily now. Because my lower back gets tight because my hips don't flex enough and all this crap. And I was watching Ali Sadiq, who talked about being 40, how you get down off of stuff when you're 40. And I really got to thinking like, man, I have gotten to the point where I'm not old, whatever, 30 is 30. But literally the way I get up, sit down, move around, affects my day these days.
I went to the gym today and they made me stretch a couple of different ways and my hamstrings are like finished.
Right, for just stretching.
Yeah.
My kids, I watch them jump off of stuff and fall on their knees hard and like just get up and keep running.
Bro.
I will be in the hospital.
Luke started doing like on the couch, he'll jump and land on his butt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's his great time. He loves it.
Yeah.
And he was like on the ground, like on the floor,
Yeah.
and had to jump. And he's like, oh, I'm been on the couch jumping and landing on my butt. Hardwood floor, bro, just jumps and lands straight on his butt. Like, do not tell him to jump.
Yeah.
He'll fuck around and break his damn tailbone.
No, I'm not. I don't know, man. I feel like life is finally catching up. It happens to us all.
Yeah.
And for those of you that make fun of older people, that just means they're better at life than you right now. They survived and lived for that long. And
Bro, speaking of, I didn't tell you about this. We picked up, what day was it? It was Saturday. We went to the store to pick up the steak because we marinated it overnight. But at Publix, there was a man who was far too old to be in the grocery store. He needs to have somebody.
What is too? I don't even know how to visualize that. What is too old to be in the grocery
the buggy,
store?
right? That you push. His posture is so bad. He was literally lower than the buggy. Like he was hunched over that bad.
Oh my.
And he was there by himself, and like the Publix employees were like having to like help him. Like, bro, A, do you not have anybody that cares about you enough to like take care of that errand for you? Or B, at least like order your groceries for like pickup.
Right.
I wasn't really so much sorry for him. I was mad he was in my way.
Okay.
Because he was trying to get out of the store as I was getting out of the store.
Sure.
So in Publix they have like the double doors, like the area like where the buggies are, and he was in the outside, like the last door to go outside, just stand in the way. So I had to go out and back through the exit or the entrance.
And he was still standing there.
He was still standing there, yeah. And
what is going on? This is in Helena. And no one was there for him. How is he driving?
He drove. Shocker. As I'm leaving in the car, there's a person in my way in their car being slow. And it's a nicer Subaru. I'm like, who the fuck is in my way? Move. And Hannah's like, oh, that's an old guy. I saw him get in that car. I was like, bro, why? Stop being in my way.
So who's really slow if he beat you to leaving?
Well, I had to go back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gave me more story there.
Sorry.
Because I'm like, you are a slow ass.
No. I went and then had to go back in the store to get something else. And he was just now leaving after 2 trips into the store.
Gotcha.
So he's that slow. I went to the store twice.
No, I that sucks. And I really have an issue with, I don't think there's an age on it, but I do get upset when people drive just so terrible and slow in areas where they shouldn't, like the interstate or a state highway or county road. And it's usually an older person.
Always. It's always an older person. Or a woman.
Excuse me?
Or a woman.
This has been yet another.
Hey, man.
But I think of things like that, like when it comes to getting older, it's like, man, I'm accomplishing some things. I'm feeling good about life, but man, my body does not work the same way they used to. You said you slept on your shoulder the other day, and you woke
Yeah.
and your arm.
Bruh, yeah. I did say that.
I mean, it's crazy seeing all this happen. Being in college, and I got to get some of my college buddies, because you didn't go to college with me. I wish you would have went to Alabama State.
That would have been great. That would have been swell. If I could have went to Alabama State. I'm sure I would have fit right in. Me and all the fellas.
Hey. Hey, they would have... No.
Before I go to class wearing a dashiki.
You leaning into it. You leaning into it.
What's up, my brothers? What y'all doing for Juneteenth?
Early rising, my brothers.
Grand Rising.
Grand rising. Yo.
But no, when you're a kid, though, like, I've been at my buddy's house.
I want to stay there.
Hey.
I want.
Hey, I'm for it, bro.
I want you at Alabama State.
Can't
Let's picture this. Alabama State. And I was born and raised mostly in Midfield. Went to Pleasant Grove by the grace of God. Okay. Alabama State's the blackest thing I've ever experienced. Shout out to my Hornets. Hornet pride, baby. ASU. Woo! But bro, that was the most deprived of resources. Black, dark skin, light skin, tattoos for no reason. Locals on campus selling drugs, the students selling drugs. Like it was people getting stuck up like in dorm rooms.
That's rad.
Stuck up with weapons. Like if you didn't lock your door and you went to lunch for 30 minutes,
Somebody's off in there.
you might have carpet when you get back. It was that bad.
That's crazy.
To put you, and although you are like one of the biggest allies I have met for the black community, being white, I think y'all can clearly see that he is white. You are one of the whitest people I know.
Yeah.
You're not like, I almost said a bad word. You're not like the lame white. You're not that.
I'm not a honky ass cracker.
I wasn't going to say that. It was started with a J.
Because I am a honky ass cracker.
All right. Dave Chappelle made a joke about tiki torches.
Yeah, not one of them. Not one of them. But the word you were gonna say. Wow. I'll just put that together. Jesus Christ. You don't want to have a podcast, do you, bro? I've said some shit on this show.
Bro, it wouldn't have been a slur. It's just there's a certain
Yeah.
there's a certain personality that comes with
That.
Jewish white men.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not Jewish white. You're as country as it can get in the city, but you're not like a
Not a Klansman.
hillbilly.
Yeah.
You're not a hillbilly.
Hillbilly and Klansman are the same thing.
Well, redneck and Klansman is the same thing. Hillbilly to me is like you're just country. You might be on a farm, you might not, but you just like things the way they are. You don't really care about.
I like things the way they are back in the good old days.
I can't, but nah.
Bro.
You are just white. Like how we got off 2K earlier. You told dude to take care. I'm like, what?
I said take it easy.
Take it easy. That's
It's a very dad thing to say. As I'm like,
bro. Me and Jess, we stayed in the party.
yeah.
I said, John's so white. We're getting off the party on 2K. It's like, all right, good game, bro. Good game, man. Good game. I'm gonna holler at y'all boys later. That's what I said. I usually say that.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, yeah, y'all take it easy. I said,
It's my style either take it easy or be easy. It's one of the two.
be easy should be your A.
Hey, that's
Take it easy as a backup. In case you panic.
yeah.
Right?
Forget
Go
where
back to what you know.
Forget where I'm at.
Yeah. So, don't say that. Don't try to get back in. But you at Alabama State would have been fun. I would not have graduated college, so.
I don't think I would have either.
To be honest, there are so many reasons we should not have graduated high school. I just happened to stay in my books, but behavior-wise,
Oh, bro.
there were a lot of bad things. That should probably be another episode. But with that said, let's go back. So I'm done with the Alabama State visual. I feel like I should just make like some type of skit of you going to an all-black school.
I mean, I kind of did.
By the time
By the time we graduated, bro, it was.
when I got to Pleasant Grove,
Wow,
shout out to Pleasant Grove,
no shout out Pleasant Grove.
to the old Pleasant Grove,
I mean,
the way we knew it.
yeah. Man.
And I'm not referring to my fourth grade experience. I got to Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove was over 70% from top to bottom. Elementary school, middle school, high school. Pleasant Grove was 70-something% white.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not bad because Mountain Brook is currently like 90% white.
I mean,
I just left the air open for any comment you might want to add, but we'll leave Mountain Brook alone. Anyway, it was very white, and I went from an all-black school
you did.
preschool, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. Fourth grade, I get to pretty much an all-white school. And I only knew a handful of us black people across the grade for fourth grade, including my now wife, which was dope. And so as we grew up, the grass got darker.
It did get darker. And so I moved to Pleasant Grove in 6th grade. And it started to kind of...
Oh, you saw it in 6.
That 30%, when you got there, it got a little darker. By
That's
the time
when I started
grade.
seeing a lot of Jordans getting worn.
Yeah.
A lot of J's, in which I couldn't afford. You know, got made fun of, got in some fights that I enjoyed. You know, but yeah, I mean, by the time we graduated, it was a very colorful school.
Bro, we graduated and it's gotten progressively...
It's so bad now, though. It's not
brother,
because of black people at all. It's just they've lost so many of the good teachers, coaches. Like, the system has failed that area. And the tornado kind of struck that. So it's not a race thing when we say that the school's bad now, but it's also a race thing because it looks like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever, because like my brother's 2 years younger than I am.
Right.
And I went to his graduation. And when I tell you I sat through probably 2 hours of Williams and Jones, bro, Jesus Christ.
Okay. It has been a great episode of Trix's podcast. I don't know when we'll see you guys again.
But I'm just saying,
For the record,
the grass got darker.
Close your eyes and just
That's
tell me.
School
Let's do this.
in 2013.
Let's do this. I'm gonna say a name and you tell me white or black.
All right, let's go.
You ready?
Yep.
Johnson.
Black.
Edwards.
What's black?
Brown.
White.
That's funny, right? That Brown is a white name?
See, the people that you're saying the names of, the people that I know that are named that, I'm giving you their skin color.
Just try to keep people out of this.
Okay. It's hard for me to do. I'll try it.
Channing.
White.
Okay, that's interesting. Byron.
Byron?
Mm-hmm.
Like Byron Scott?
No, last name Byron.
Byron. It's white.
Balch.
White.
That was a no-brainer.
That's a white-ass name.
Wesley.
White.
That's interesting you say that. Woodfin.
White. Yeah.
Our mayor.
I know exactly who the name's from. I'm just you're just laying them up. You're throwing oodles, I'm dunking them down.
All right. We covered Williams and Jones. That's the funny thing. You can open your eyes for a second. So our wedding business, right? We book a lot of clients that we don't see.
Oh, yeah.
Like 99% of the clients that we book, we don't visually see them. It's all emails, phone call. And sometimes the way people sound, you cannot discern their ethnicity.
It's very rare that I'm wrong on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of, in my sales experience, people call in.
Mm-hmm.
And on the phone, like, no matter how eloquently you speak,
Mm-hmm.
I can pick up certain things.
Right.
I'm like, I got them pegged.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if you knew this, got them pegged. But black people's tongues are just thicker.
I didn't know that.
Than most people. Right. Which is why the way we enunciate things, you can determine certain words you can determine. Like, it's the same with, like, these actors that are British from the UK and all that. And they use our accents, but there's certain words they say, it's like, that was weird, right? You know what I'm saying? He's not from New York. He's not from California, whatever it is. So that's what you're picking up on. But, you know, this was a couple that their event planner was the only person I talked to. But she told me that their email was Mr. and Mrs. Jones. And so I assigned that to one team member. Actually, 3 team members, but one of the guys I was going to lead. And he was like, "Hey man, what can you tell me about the wedding? You know, all this stuff, blah blah blah." And I was like, giving him details on all my notes that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Later on in the evening, he told me that the wedding started 2 hours late.
So, Jones, in this case,
Mm-hmm.
was an African American couple, I would assume.
Yes.
Because a white wedding starts 2 hours late. It's not a wedding anymore.
Right. Something happened. Bad.
Really?
Right? No, I'm saying, if it was a white wedding starting 2 hours late, the bride threw up or something on her dress. And they had to order another one. No, not that bad, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He calls me to tell me, like, hey, this wedding's 2 hours late. I don't know what's going on. I said, is it a black wedding? He goes, yes. How did you know? I said, I feel like you've already answered the question. And we have done...
Just a little detective work. Jones, 2 hours late.
Boom. Just flip a coin there.
Yeah.
And both sides are black. But the point is, man, not code switching, not like whatever, but business and statistics don't lie. Like, we legit have been running this company for well over a year now, and we have enough data to prove to you that black people just be late for no reason at all.
I mean, I've known that since I've known black people.
Well, that's on TV, and you know, it's funny, and it's jokes, and it's comedians. But when you actually live it, it's sick. Because it's like, why? Like, we are a black company.
I mean, we've had this podcast for over a year now. And we've tried to have other people on this podcast with us. And it's consistently like, hey, man, we're going to start this at 9. And we're consistently starting recording at 9:45, 10 o'clock.
Yep.
So,
Because somebody's 5 minutes down the street.
5 minutes down the street.
35 minutes later.
They
and
call,
still not ready.
They call from the car.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, you're 5 minutes down the street. And you're still in the car.
Yeah.
30 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I had to know. Okay. So, yeah, black, that's literally in the wedding industry. Like, we're a fully black company. We're always on time, if not early. Like, everything we do is precise. And I love it. We're 100% minority owned. We hire, I mean, our contract work and our employees, we hire any race. It's not like, hey, keep out. It's like, whoever's interested, like, can be that. We just happen to have a majority black team. Who are all professionals, are all great. Shout out to Alex, my boy. But the point is you can just choose to not do that. Like, it's not a syndrome to not be late. Like, it's not a syndrome. It's not a diagnosis. Like, you could just not be late. But mentally, I don't know what it is. It's just like, it's cool to be late. And it literally pisses everybody off.
See, it's easier for me to be late now because I've got a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And getting a kid out of the door on time is very difficult.
It is annoying.
It is.
You know, when you were hungry back in the day and you can literally get in your car and go.
Mm-hmm.
And now when you're hungry and your kid and your wife is hungry, it takes you an hour to just get out of the house.
Bro, I've got food at home now. You know, as much as I like going to get food, since I have like if I want to go anywhere, I got to get him ready.
Yeah.
I'd rather eat at home.
Let me tell you something, man. For you listening, and I'll probably close with this. Keep living. If you don't have kids, because this show was originally meant to be for like parents and guys and dads and husbands that just want to goof off and be ignorant for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Just joke around, talk about sports, which we'll get to that because there's been some crazy trades going on, but the off season's kind of just starting. But it was meant for like that, like sports, just a little bit of funny stuff, some comedy, talk about family, talk about a little bit of issues and preferences and all that stuff. And but I'm starting to realize this show is really for all ages. So for the young watchers who don't have kids right now, you're not married yet, you're kind of in a situation, whatever you are, we have content for you, but I'm here to tell you that when you have children, your whole, I don't care how cool you think you are, if you want to be a good father or mother, your whole world's going to change. I'm telling you.
Facts.
I don't like the way you came in right there.
Bro. when everybody told me when Hannah's pregnant, it's going to change you.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah.
I told you.
And yeah, everybody that had kids like that, it's wild.
And
It'll change you.
you're a pussy now.
Bro, I'm a big ass pussy now.
This is Eugene, Gino, your boy, Glizzy Gobbler over here, John. He still does it, by the way.
Bro, I can't tell you the last time. I haven't bought a hot dog like as an adult.
That's not a good idea. I love the kosher ones though, like the beef.
No, I haven't.
Pretty
Like,
good.
I ate them as a kid.
Mm.
I don't eat them like I was in probably high school last time I had a hot dog.
You wanted the real deal after a while, right?
Yeah, that's what.
This has been another episode of Trix's Podcast. See you guys.
Take it easy.